Hello everyone, and welcome to my buyer's guide to Star Citizen. I'm sorry this video took so long to get made, but I ended up having to redo parts of the video several times because of Star Citizen's concept ship sales coming and going so often at the moment. So if some parts of the video sound a little different from others, that's why. But here it is, finally done. Now, since these new concept sales are happening so often, I have decided not to include any of them in this guide, because by the time you watch this, they will likely already be gone, as they don't stick around for very long at all. So, I will only be covering the permanent game packages, the ships, and giving you my opinion on them. Now, since covering all of this is going to take a while, I will likely split this guide into two videos. But I will also be listing the time that I talk about each package in the description below, so if you're interested in one or two of them in particular, you can easily find them. So deciding what package to pledge for will revolve mainly around two things: how much you're willing to spend and what type of ship you want, because while each package will give you the full game when it is released, they all come with different ships that will perform different roles in the game. One thing for everyone to keep in mind, however, is that you don't have to buy the ships, as all of them will be attainable in the game itself when it is released. So if you want, you can just purchase the cheapest game package and earn the specific ships you want later on as you play. However, for those looking to spend money, there are many options just besides buying a game package, and I figured I would quickly talk about them. So most of the ships can be bought standalone for less cost than their packages, the packages they come with. So if you want to own more than one ship, you don't have to buy a bunch of different packages and waste some money on multiple games. You can just buy the ships themselves as extras. You will still need at least one game package, however, if you want to play the game. There is also another option called a cross-chassis upgrade, which allows you to basically upgrade one ship to another by paying the difference in price between them. You can also then melt your packages and ships at any time and receive their full value back in store credit. So if you decide down the line that you don't like your ship anymore or want to swap it out for something else, that's an easy thing to do. Now, as I said, in Star Citizen, the ships are generally designed with a particular role in mind. This is because in the game, there will hopefully be many different things you can do, and so they need many different ships to go along with that. But there are three general outlines that a lot of the ships have in common, those being transportation, exploration, and combat. So what ship to buy will depend on what out of those three interests you the most. And I do recommend that if you haven't seen them, to go to the Star Citizen YouTube channel, Robert Space Industries, and watch their ship commercials, as it will give you a general idea about what you can expect from some of the ships. However, just because a ship is designed with a purpose in mind, doesn't mean it's unable to do other things. You could take a transportation ship and mount a bunch of extra guns on it and become a space pirate, blowing up other players' ships and filling your cargo hold with their broken vessel. The choice will be up to you. Now, I will be going into this trying to focus on a package's game value, so to speak. What that means is I'll only be covering the game access that the packages give you and the ships in each package, not extras included like model ships, soundtracks, etc., as I don't feel they add anything to your game's experience or what you'll experience while playing the game. Also, it should be noted that if a ship is heavily tailored to suit a particular role, it might not seem to be the best value outside of that role. But I will try to make that clear when I'm talking about ships that could be up for contention about how good they are. And I would recommend that you take a look at all the ships on the Star Citizen's website if you don't find one currently on sale to your liking, as There are a lot of ships that aren't currently on sale, but the developers have said that almost all of them will go on sale again at some point. So if you don't hear me talk about one you really like, you can just wait and something better might come down the road. But anyway, let's get started on these packages. So first up, we have the Aurora MR package for $30. Now this package will give you an Aurora MR, which is basically a slightly upgraded version of the basic starter ship that people will receive on launch. So it's a little bonus for pre-ordering, which is basically what this package is, as you will not receive any of the alpha or beta access of Star Citizen, only the game itself at release, which is why I dubbed this the pre-order package. Now, as far as the Aurora itself goes, they are simple but reliable mass-produced ships of the Star Citizen universe. So while nothing special, they will get you from point A to B and perform a variety of roles fairly well. So they're not a bad ship to start with. But I personally don't really like this package, because while for the purposes of pre-ordering it's pretty good, I mean you're basically getting 50% off the release price, I feel it's definitely worth it to pay a little bit more and get the beta access of Star Citizen. But if you're really not interested in the game until it's released, but you still want to pledge money to help the development, then this is the package for you. Next up is the Aurora MR Plus package for $40. It's basically the same as the last package, except you're paying an extra $10 to get the beta access. At the moment, the beta is expected to be around the end of 2015 and should include some of the persistent universe, and I think it's likely definitely going to be worth that extra $10 to be involved in it. Then we have the Arena Commander Starter Package for $45. Again, this is very similar to the last two packages. It contains an Aurora MR and beta access. However, it also comes with an Arena Commander Pass, which it's named for. Now this will normally cost you $5 and is required to access the Arena Commander, as all spots for the alpha content of Star Citizen, which the Arena Commander is a part of, have already been filled by previous backers. So if you want to get into the Arena Commander and the other alpha models, you need to buy passes for them. Now, I believe they are planning to have 2 or 3 modules before the game moves into beta. So that's about $15 to purchase all the passes. Now, this is also the only package that comes with a pass by default. This is because the package was purposely made as a simple point of entry for new people. So it has all the current content available in it. So while it may not save you any money, it was done simply for convenience's sake. Now, while it performs that job perfectly, I do prefer this next package more. And that is the Aurora LN package for $45. Now, this is the first package that gets my personal recommendation, because while it may end up costing you $5 more than the starter package because it lacks the Arena Commander Pass, in exchange you do get an Aurora LN, which is pretty much an upgraded version of the Aurora MR, and it is, in my opinion, the best ship among the Auroras. So compared to the MR, it has better weapons, better shields, includes some missiles, and has an upgraded power plant. It's basically an all-round improvement for only $5 more. So I think this is the best value ship and best value package you can get, at least at the moment. The next package up is the 300i package for $65. This introduces our second series of ships, the 300 series, which is the next step up from the Auroras. Now, the 300i is described as a luxury touring ship, but don't let that throw you off. While the ship not only looks great, it's superior to the Auroras in almost every aspect. It has better power plant, better engines, better shields, is more maneuverable, and etc. But this is exceptionally true when it comes to the ship's weapons. From what I have played of the Arena Commander, I feel that the weapons on the 300i, the Obmersky 6 lasers, are the best weapons in the game so far, and even after upgrading to a Hornet, I still kind of prefer the 300i in some regards. However, I don't really recommend the 300i package. Now that may sound a little odd, but the reason is because I feel that the 300 series variant packages are better value overall. Let me explain why. So firstly, let's look at the 315p package for $75. Now the 315p is the exploration variant of the 300i, and what the extra $10 is getting you is an increased cargo capacity, a better power plant, a tractor beam, a jump engine, which is something that will allow you to travel around the galaxy far easier, and a jump scanner. So that's a lot of extra stuff for only $10. Now, for example, just one piece of that extra equipment, the tractor beam alone, on Star Citizen's store at the moment, will cost you the entire $10 price difference of the whole package, just for that one piece of equipment alone. Now, we have no idea if those prices will reflect at all what it will cost you in-game, but since it's the only thing we have to compare to at the moment, it seems to make the 315p very good value compared to the 300i. So even if you're not interested in exploration at all, this could still be a really good choice. And for those who are interested in exploration, well, at this price point, you're not likely to be able to do much better than this package. The next one up for comparison is the 325A package for $80. The 325A is the combat variant of the 300i, and the $15 extra here is getting you an extra weapon, some missiles, and a custom targeting system. Now, while perhaps not as much as a standout improvement as the 315p was, I still feel this is better value than the base 300i. Because, for example, just like with the 315p, just that one extra gun on the 325A will cost you $8 by itself, which is over half the price difference between the packages. Yes, the extras in Star Citizen seem pretty expensive if you want to go and buy them. But as far as that goes, if combat is your thing, this ship should serve you very well. And it also shows why I generally recommend, if you want a 300 series ship, to look at the variants, as they seem to be much better overall value than the base model if you even have a passing interest in exploration or combat, which I'm guessing is fairly likely, as those are some of the main focuses of your activity in the game. But in the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do. Next up is the Avenger package for $75. So the Avenger is an ex-police patrol craft and my second recommendation. The reasons being is that the Avenger has more cargo capacity than any other ship in this price range, twice as much as most in fact. Along with having the largest engine in this price range, it also comes equipped with quite a few weapons and a good complement of missiles. All up, I expect it will put it almost on the same combat level as the 325A, but we won't really know until we can use it in the Arena Commander. It also has a modest amount of interior space that contains a bed and some prisoner transport pods. So to me, it definitely seems like this ship would be perfect for a bounty hunter, but the ample cargo capacity and weapons means it can fit into a variety of roles, and that is the main reason it got my recommendation, as it could be a good choice for almost anyone at a pretty reasonable price point. And the reason it's reasonable is because it's a bit of a price jump to the next package, which is the Cutlass Black package for $115. Now, this is the former standard Cutlass package, now being called Black because the Cutlass variants have been released, but this is still the same base model. Now, the reason for the jump in price is because the Cutlass Black is the first multi-crew ship in this guide. Now, being a multi-crew ship doesn't mean you need more than one person to fly it. It just means you might suffer a little inefficiency as it is designed to be crewed by more than one person. So the Cutlass Black is described as a low-cost, jack-of-all-trades ship, and it's been mainly portrayed as a pirate ship, as its equipment like a docking collar and a tractor beam turret for boarding seem to fit perfectly into that role. Also, being cheap to run means that you can maximize your potential pirating profits. Now, the Cutlass Black has a good amount of interior space along with ample storage. Its cargo capacity is over 4.5 times greater than even the Avenger. It also has a respectable weapon loadout, including a crewable turret. This, combined with the fact that the Cutlass has been shown to be extremely maneuverable, means it should be able to handle most encounters. The interior also includes some chairs, 2 beds, a toilet, and 2 pilot seats. So overall, if the idea of being a space pilot interests you, or even if you're just looking for an efficient, cheap to run, medium-sized ship, I think this package could be exactly what you're looking for. Following that, we have the Hornet F7C Package for $125. Now, the Hornet is a military dogfighter, but this package contains the standard civilian version, not the military one, as you cannot purchase that one at all. But even so, the civilian version comes with more weapons and missiles than any other of the smaller ships. It also has excellent maneuverability and comes with some cargo capacity, which is what the military version lacks because of its extra weapons. So this version is designed to be more general use friendly. But even so, there is no doubt that among the smaller ships, all the Hornets can be considered kings of combat. It's what they were made to do. So even this civilian version should not be underestimated. And for those looking to spend the majority of their time in combat, even this basic F7C model is a fine choice, if not among the very best. Then we have my third recommendation, the Freelancer package, also for $125. So the Freelancer series is a multi-cruise ship designed for long-range exploration and cargo hauling. They come equipped with powerful jump engines that will allow them to travel deep into space, and the largest cargo capacity of any ship in this guide so far, but only slightly more than the Cutlass Black. It also comes with some impressive weapons, including a crewable turret and plenty of missiles to defend itself in a fight, a strong shield, and looks to be decently maneuverable. It also has quite a bit of interior room, containing 2 pilot and 2 co-pilot seats, 4 beds, some workstation/tables, a shower and toilet, an airlock, and the cargo bay. So quite a lot inside this little ship. Overall, I like this ship quite a bit, and of all my recommendations, this is probably the most well-rounded. So if you're planning on spending a good amount of time playing Star Citizen, and you have the spare money for it, I think this is probably my number 1 pick out of all the packages. I think the ship is just that good. And on that note, I will cut it here, and we will finish things up in the next video, which should hopefully be coming out within the next few days, as long as nothing goes wrong. So I hope this video was helpful to you in some way, and if you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. I would appreciate it a great deal. But regardless, thanks for watching, I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.